In this video, I'm going to go over how to use the decision variable feature in DADM. So I've got here a simple model, a pizza stand, and we need to decide how many pizzas to get for running our stand for a day. So we have a decision variable for the number of pizzas to make. So how many we'll have each. It costs $8 here to make pizza. $12 is what we sell them for. And then our demand is uncertain. It has a normal distribution with mean 200 and standard deviation 50. And we're looking at our profit. So pizza sold is going to be limited by either how many we make or our demand. And we want to maximize our profit. So I'm going to run this once first without setting the decision variable. So I'm just going to set my output as profit, and I will give it a label. Okay. And then run the simulation. And here's our results. That's for if we make 200 pizzas. But maybe I want to test some other values for this. And since our demand is a mean of 200, I'll try some values above and below. So with that, I can use the decision variable. So go to our settings. We need to specify over here that this model has a decision variable, and then say what cell it's in. I'm going to go and select that cell. And then down here, we have some options to first set the label for our decision variable. So I'll do the same thing here. I'll use the selection for that cell. And then at the bottom, we specify what values to use for the decision variable. So we can either, if we have them typed out in a range of cells, we can reference that here. I had actually already typed these in. I'm going to use, you can just type in a list here. And here I've got everything from 0 to 300. I'm going to clear this out. I'll make a new one. So I'll test everything. We'll do 50, 100, 50, 200, 250, 300. DADM will run a separate simulation for each of these, and each time it will change the decision variable to one of these values. Okay, now we just go and run. Takes a little bit longer because now it's running multiple simulations. And here we have our output. And what it has now is, instead of the single list of summary statistics like we have for our first model run, now it's got several columns here. And at the top, it shows what the decision variable was each time. Our variable of pizzas to make was set to 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. And then below each of these, so for example, for the order for making 100 pizzas, we can see the statistics for that particular run. And one of the useful things here is not just in running multiple simulations with one setup and one click, you can now directly compare, for example, the mean across different numbers of pizzas. So just to demonstrate how we can use the cell selection feature to specify what numbers to use here, I'll put in 100, 200, 300, just to use a different range. And now in the settings, I'm going to use the specify cells. And so I'm going to select those three cells that have the three values I'm going to run. Okay, now run that. And now we have our results with those three values. And that's how to use the decision variable feature of DADM.